CPS that kidnaps them legally through their... Stay there. Finish up your point. Then we're going to Rashid, Don in Hawaii, Jake and others. 800-259-9231. You are in the belly of the old dragon. Are we going to cut our way out of this or be dissolved, be digested?
We're on the march. The Empire's on the run. Alex Jones and the GCN Radio Network.
Alex Jones here with urgent information concerning TrendsResearch.com. The Trends Journal distills the voluminous ongoing research of the Trends Research Institute into a concise, readily accessible form. By tracking 300 separately defined domestic and international trends, the Trends Journal establishes the connections that others fail to see or misinterpret. Gerald Salente's Trends Journal allows you to anticipate change, recognize the implications, and take protective strategies. Individual readers from every walk of life can put the Trends Journal, Trends Forecast, and Trends Analysis to practical use. Extra information to keep you well informed throughout the year when any current event of major social, economic, or political significance occurs. Trends Journal notifies its subscribers of their implications. When you subscribe to the Trends Journal, you'll also receive Trends Alerts. Visit TrendsResearch.com today. That's TrendsResearch.com. Subscribe to the Trends Journal. This information is too important to wait.
You may be arrested and/or subject to other police action.
Tyranny is here. The grim future foretold in 1984 has become reality.
It really says that the state is God.
The United States is now recognized globally as one of the most oppressive police states on Earth. This film conclusively proves the existence of a secret network of FEMA camps, now being expanded nationwide. This documentary exposes how the continuity of government program has established an all-powerful shadow state. Police State 4 chronicles the sickening depths to which our republic has fallen. Prepare to enter the secretive world of emergency dictatorship. Body scanners, sound cannons, citizen spies, stage terror, and cameras on every street corner. It's only the beginning of the New World Order's hellish plan. The police state isn't coming. It's here. Secure your copy today at Infowars.com or see it online in the highest quality at PrisonPlanet.tv. Hi folks, this is Alex Jones asking you for a minute of your time to tell you about soap. Not detergents, but good old-fashioned pure soap made by the Cal Ben Soap Company, a family-owned and operated American company. My family, staff, friends, and radio listeners are constantly telling me how much they love these products for bath, hair, laundry, and dishes. There is nothing like these factory-direct, big money-saving, triple-concentrated soaps anywhere. Get a free detailed catalog by calling 800-340-7091 or see them online at 5starsoap.com or Infowars.com. Let's talk to the owner of 5 Star Soap, Marty Schachter, and see what he has to say.
As founder and owner for over 63 years, people keep asking me, how's business? I'm happy to say our business is going down the drain. Call us at 1-800-340-7091. Visit our website, 5starsoap.com, for buying our 1 to 2 month soap sampler. Thank you.
Live from Austin, Texas, broadcasting worldwide, it's Alex Jones.
Okay, we're going to go back to Tim, but I just want to point out, you've slowly been acclimated, like the frog in the boiling pot. They turned it up slowly, and now we're in a full boiling pot here. And everybody's under attack. Bureaucrats, police, CIA, FBI, all the enforcers are under as much attack as we are. You're on our side whether you make the conscious or spiritual decision. You are under attack. Coming up, mainstream news admitting the new global currency. I'm going to be covering that. I mean, it's here. And it gives total tyrants even more power. They create the crisis. They offer the solution, even more power for themselves. It's so incredible what's happening. And when I talk about metaphorically running down the street, screaming, pulling our hair out, that would really probably actually wake people up. Opening the window, screaming, I'm as mad as you know what, I'm not going to take it anymore. Getting aggressive, speaking out, going and speaking at city council, going and speaking at county commissioners, going and signing up to speak at the State House in committee hearings. Calling talk radio, setting up blogs, doing your own radio show, getting my films, making copies of them, putting flyers up. saying no to the naked body scanners. We have got to point all this out. And I'm so buoyed by the fact that we've gotten countless calls and confirmations that literally everywhere people are now calling Congress, and families are calling the military saying, why is it on the news that our troops grow the opium, but it's illegal in the U.S.? See, they think you're so stupid now. Yes, we grow the opium. Yes, we're radiating you. Yes, we naked body scan you and save the images. Yes, we've stolen trillions. Yes, the CIA is taking over your local school with the Pentagon. Yes, the Army's running checkpoints in Tennessee, even when the governor says don't do it. Yes, the kindergarten's being taken over by the Pentagon and brainwashing the kids. Yes, we've covertly taken over 50,000 plus preachers to have them train you to submit to tyranny. I mean, it's here. It's illegal. It's wrong. And I'm so angry that John McCain won by a healthy margin. All the polls showed it was a dead heat or he was going to lose by a few points, and he won by a large margin. I am very, very suspicious about this. That's coming up in the next hour. But most of the other incumbents did lose. You know, the pro-establishment candidates, whether they're Democrat or Republican, and the other primaries held last night. But let's go back to Tim in Michigan. Tim, finish up your point. So the news did announce that microchips need to be implanted at children to stop kidnapping?
Exactly. That's what they're trying to sell it as. They're rolling it out as an absolute, definite protection from your child being kidnapped.
And this was on what news channel? What was the newscast name? I want to find it.
It was Channel 4 News in Detroit. I think it's, what is it? What's Channel 4, honey? Do you know the call letters? No, we don't. I'm not sure what it is.
We can find it. When did this air?
Okay, what night was that? Was that like Monday night? Monday night.
Listen. The first thing they say in the newscast is normally the name of the piece. What was it called? Protect Your Children from Kidnapping?
Yeah, they emphasized more on how satellites can protect your children.
Okay, guys, search Channel 4 News Detroit, satellites to protect your children. Here's the deal. Germany's rolling out with RFID in the driver's license and passports. The U.S. is doing it with Federal Standardization Real ID Act. They admit it actually increases identity theft and stalking and control because hackers or government or anybody can get your name by driving by with scanners and reading it. Now we know Google is out with the NSA already doing this, capturing things illegally, but the government lets them do it because they are a quasi-government front group. But I will search that term. I appreciate your call. Channel 4 News Detroit, satellites to protect your children from kidnapping. That should bring it up. Okay, let's go to Rashid in Maryland. You're on the air.
Good day, Mr. Jones. How you doing?
I tell you, they're moving faster than I thought. It's getting bad.
I could dig it. I'm going to be quick. Thank you for taking my call. I called about a week or two ago, and I just want to point out a couple of things, and then maybe if you can answer a few of them or just respond to them, I'd greatly appreciate it. Just to let all the info warriors out there know what I do. I order a couple of hundred of pocket-size Constitution Bill of Rights, and I hand them out just like business cards along with DVDs every now and then, and I've gotten a good response from it. A couple of things that's happened to me. A buddy of mine, he had recently, due to the school opening up now, he had to take his daughter to get immunized.
But you don't have to. They lie and say it's the law when it's only a regulation. By law, in all 50 states, they've got to give you a waiver form.
Exactly. And he didn't know about it. I tried to tell him that, but him and his wife, they said, we're going to do it. They did it. That very night, she woke up with violent itching and had a high fever and vomiting. They then called the doctor, and all his response was, well, this is normal. You're supposed to wake up violently.
Yeah, 10 times the convulsions, autoimmune diseases, death, reduced fertility. It's loving. It's normal to have the troops dying from DU. It's normal to be radiated. It's normal. It's just all normal.
Exactly. And so I did some research, and lo and behold, there are waivers of you can claim either religious or philosophical issues with it.
But it's a waiver to a non-law. They're trying to pass laws to make it mandatory, but they hoax and say it's the law in Texas. Every girl must take Gardasil. It's all lies. It's just how crooked they are.
And here's another surprising issue that happened to me. Yesterday, I was picking my son up. He goes to school in Pikesville, Maryland, high school in Pikesville, Maryland. He plays football there. Picking him up after football practice, roughly around 8 o'clock at night or what have you. The sun was just basically going down around that time. And there were helicopters just flying everywhere throughout the area, beaming down on the neighborhood.
Yeah, no, they don't just have 500 trucks looking through your house. They have hundreds of units we know about where they radiate and X-ray your house while you're in it, and the guys inside the helicopter are being radiated, you're being radiated, and they just love it. They love it. They won't say no. They love their job, and they love cancer, and they love death. Go ahead.
Well, guess what? I'm asking my son, I said, man, have you seen this before? He says, well, Dad, because unfortunately he doesn't live with me. He stays with his mother. I'm dropping him off at his mother's house in Randallstown, Maryland. He says, well, Dad, they have this new curfew thing going on right now where after 11, you're not supposed to be in the streets. And lo and behold,
they already have curfews. They already have curfews all over the country where you're not allowed out in the day in places like Arkansas and Oklahoma where they search you on the streets during the day. Go ahead. Sorry.
Well, no problem. Yeah, and just so as I'm driving through his neighborhood now, this is Randallstown, Maryland, nowhere near the city. They have unmarked black vans, and these guys jump out in black uniforms with shotguns, literally like just basically parading around the neighborhood. No,
it's full acclamation for total martial law because they're publicly getting ready to devalue the dollar and take your pension funds and Social Security, and they're taking the main police forces and giving them SWAT training, and it's pure evil.
And if you go to WJZ, it's Channel 13 News. It's local news here. They actually talk about it, 11 o'clock curfew, and they claim it's just to get the children off the street. But as through my research, I found that they were actually adults, women and men, that were being harassed.
No, listen, they're going to have checkpoints on all the streets with naked body scanners, bathing you every week at least in radiation. They're going to pull up through every neighborhood, fry you with radiation every day. It's all, I mean, this is all being announced. Military checkpoints, everything. You've got mayors from California to New York asking for martial law. And there it is, teens about to get curfew in Baltimore. There's the headline.
And lastly, I just wanted to get your your insight or what have you. What do you think about this? The Chinese with their new carrier killer missile. Where do you think that will go? Where they're going with that advertisement? And they claim it's going to reshape sea combat and all. So I just wanted to get your input on that as well.
Well, the Chinese are good eugenicist globalists that murder their people and dehumanize them en masse, so they're a big part of the team. And the New World Order plans to suck the U.S. dry and move to China. And so they're going to be the new power. And they'll play us off against each other. And we buy toasters and DVD players from them. And they take the money and buy carrier-busting weapons. Meanwhile, they have us, hiding under our beds in fear of Iran, who's got a third world military. It's all part of the New World Order. Rashid, I appreciate all the great points you made. It's just total hell on earth. Let's go to Don in Hawaii. Don, you're on the air.
Yeah, hey, Alex. I got two things. I hope you'll let me get to it.
Sure, go ahead.
First, I just finished reading William Shirer's book about the Third Reich.
Rise and Fall of the Third Reich.
Right, that's a great book. I've heard you talk many times on the show about mention something about at Dunkirk at the evacuation of Dunkirk, and then later Rudolf Hess. Yeah, Hess, and then Hitler deciding to attack Russia, and I've heard you say that there was a secret deal,
Barbarossa
or something.
Yeah, no, that's even come out in the British newspapers in the last few years. But I've read so many books about World War II, no exaggeration, probably more than 100. I was kind of on that kick when I was 12, 13, 14, 15. And since then, I probably read 10 or 15 books. But it's well over 100 total. So it all becomes foggy, which books and where. But I've seen news articles. In fact, guys, search engine, Hitler's secret treaty with England. And Rudolf Hess had the treaty, the deputy Fuhrer. And remember, he was a pilot. He flew in to England right at the start of the Blitz. He parachuted in, and they locked him up in the